Today we're going to prune a weeping Japanese maple. Now these are also known as dissectums. In other words, they grow outward and down. The particular variety I'll be pruning today is a red dragon. Now this tree in particular is about 45 years old now. When it was very young, we staked it to a height of approximately 4.5 to 5 feet, and then we just continued to have the branches grow horizontally and outward. So it gives you that umbrella effect which you see with many of these weeping type of varieties. That allows you to plant bedding plants or border plants around the tree. It makes for a nice contrast and an interesting looking specimen. So I'm going to maintain the same full shape and size. I'll just internally prune and cut out all the unnecessary branches. We'll go step by step and I'll show you how I completely thin the tree out. Once the foliage comes into play, it will be completely covered and you'll have a beautiful full leaf tree. So here we go. You'll notice a bit of winter dieback, which is nothing to be concerned about at all. You'll just see the dead ends of the tips, which is very, very common over the winter cycle of the tree. You'll also see some dry dead leaves. Always just pick them off. Now when we look at the front of the tree here, first of all, we'll make one big cut. You can see this branch coming over where we have other branches moving in and out. So we don't need it. Let's take it out right here. This branch that's coming down and out, I'm going to bring it back right to there. Also, the one above it, let's just nip that out. We'll move. I'm taking out all these inside branches moving horizontally that are just growing into one another. We don't need any of them, as the new foliage will push out along with the new buds as they open up. You'll see the odd long one. As you can see, this trails way back. We're going to cut it out. Here's another one over here. Now that I've opened this up a bit, we'll still selectively cut and remove any branches that you can see visually that are growing into one another. Also, branches on the inside that are growing inward, well, we don't need them as we've already got exterior limbs moving outward. Let's take that out. Let's take this one out. Let's move this lower one out here. I'm going to take out this guy. A couple of these inside branches. Now you can see this little strip here, how it's opened up. So we're going to do the whole tree. I'm just going to shift the camera to your viewing left and I'll move in with a closer shot so you can see exactly what I'm doing. I'll start towards the outside edge and move in. Again, we're cutting out all the unnecessary growth. You can see here quite a maze of branches. Let's take out this one. Often it's good just to have a look when you're pruning and give yourself a second opinion before you make the cut. But on the bright side, the tree always grows back, so if you regret a cut, well, you'll see new growth coming in no time. Now you can see I'm taking out all the inside unwanted growth here. Now these two branches coming out, I'm just going to keep this one because I've got this lower one. I'll bring this guy back. Take out these guys. Okay, almost done this side here now. Some of these inside lower ones are gonna go. And then I selectively cut back some of the limbs. You may not see this shot, just up close, bringing it back a bit. Got a pair there, let's take out one. Oh, took them both. Okay. There we go, that's really thinning out this side. Once you get going, it really doesn't take a lot of time. You can second guess yourself and stare at a limb for a long time, but eventually you just proceed, walk through and make the cuts. There we go. Now you can see how this is opened up. Again, it'll be full foliage once the leaves open up. We'll just do a quick camera move here. Now I'm on the other side of the tree. You should be getting a good view. It's quite dense, a lot of multiple branches, so we're going to take out a lot of them. Now, quite a maze here. Let's just selectively cut them out. Always cut back to the main stalk when you're taking out the thicker ones. You can see here overlapping. Let's bring this guy out. It's starting to take shape very quickly. A lot of the smaller inside growth, you can just snip that off with your fingers. It'll just snap off. There we go. That's opening it up nicely. Bit more on this side here. And we've got a big part of the tree done now. Again, I'll bring some of this back just a little bit, just to keep it in a nice visual context here. Some of this dieback, take that out. You may not see that cut. There we go. Okay, let's take a visual. Okay, it's looking good. There's just a tiny bit in the center now, so I'll just reposition and we'll finish it up. A lot of dense growth in here. Again, we're just going to open it up. Watch for the long branches and take them out right at the main stalk. Again, lots of these just with the tip of the finger. Some inside growth here. I'm gonna nip that one off. There's that one off. Bring this one back. And right at the top here, just a couple. A little bit of duplication here. There we go. So it's almost like a feathered look. The old 80s hairstyle. Feather it out. Let's bring this one back. Don't need it overhanging. In fact, I'll bring it back. In fact, I'm going to take it out right here. There we go. And a couple of more in here. And I think we've got it. Okay, the tree's completely pruned. Now I've maintained the exact same overall size and shape, just completely thinned it out. Once the foliage comes out in spring, it will be completely covered, allowing a lot of airflow by opening up the tree. And it's something that we do every year prior to the leaves coming out, as it's the optimum time to visually look at the tree while you're pruning. So hopefully this helps you out, and have fun in the garden. Thanks so much for watching.